Five-time winners Brazil are out of the tournament thanks to a brilliant double from Erling Haaland in New York. Here's how that sounded live on talkSPORT.
For the round of 16, it is a titanic clash. The World Cup's most successful ever nation meets the bright new golden generation here to make history. Cideli Square, Hug launching in with Zaire on Cunha, and Brazil will have a penalty kick. Bruno Guimaraes. Here he goes, stuttered run up, right-footed, saved! Turned away to his left-hand side. What a save by Neeland! Chipped it to the back post, headed down! What a save! Magnificent from Neeland! Went in towards Haaland! That is the moment he was waiting for! Vintage Erling Haaland! Oh, that could be no goal! What a save! Backpedaling Neeland to tip it onto the post! Saving the tournament right there! Left-footed shot! He's picked up the corner! Erling Haaland, you beauty! Oh, this is the stuff of Norwegian legend. Neymar staggers forward, it's a stutter again, it's right-footed and he rolls it in. Another 4 years of hurt for Brazil. The World Cup drought is going to continue. It is surely all over for Neymar. That is it! Haaland made history for Norway! Brazil 1, Norway 2.
Neymar Jr. with a consolation penalty, but Brazilian fans, or some of them at least, calling for Ancelotti to be sacked after they exited the tournament before the quarterfinals for the first time since 1990. For more on that, let's get the thoughts of Brazilian football journalist Samir Mello. Morning, Samir.
Morning, Samir.
Hi, everybody. Morning. Great to be here talking to you. I wish it was under better circumstances, at least for me, but a pleasure.
Thanks, Samir. It's great to have you as well. Carlo Ancelotti, has he got a future as Brazilian coach?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I think so. I think it's very much within Brazilian culture to the minute things don't go well to ask for the coach's head. And I just don't agree with that. I think Ancelotti came into the team. He got the job with less than a year for the World Cup. So he didn't really have the time when you compare with guys like Didier Deschamps, who is at France for 14 years, or Luis de la Fuente, who's been with Spain since 2022, or Solbakken, that eliminated us with Norway since 2020. So I think we should give the man some time to have a proper cycle, for 4 years to work and find his players, find the right schemes. And he just didn't have that. Brazil's cycle right now was completely a mess. So, no, I don't think we should call for his head. I think he definitely has a future with Endrick and Estevão and all the young players, Ryan, all the young players that Brazil's got coming up.
Samir, I've not been very impressed with Brazil throughout the World Cup. I wasn't impressed with them yesterday either. 34% possession for Brazil. I don't think that's acceptable for the players that they have. And how can Brazil be playing a 34-year-old Danilo at right back out of all the talent that they've got in that country?
Yeah, I agree with you on both ends. I think 34% for Brazil, it's weird, especially when you consider Brazilian history. It's a team that likes to have the ball, that knows what to do with the ball. So when you see Brazil giving the other team, with all respect to Norway, hovering around 70% of the ball possession, yes, it's definitely weird. I think if it's a strategy, like it was Ancelotti's strategy, because up until a certain point in the game, Brazil wasn't being dominated by Norway, right? It wasn't a balanced game. And then came the substitutions with Neymar, and then everything fell apart. But yeah, it's definitely weird. And about Danilo, let's not forget that he was like a fourth option, because we had Eder Militão, right, who was the first option. He got injured. We had Wesley that was cut right before the World Cup, also an injured. And we started the World Cup with Ibanez at right fullback. So Danilo was like more of a leader, more of an experienced voice, because Ancelotti likes to have a well-balanced environment, right? He likes to have his leaders like Casemiro, like Rafinha before getting injured. Vinicius is one of his guys, and Danilo was one. So it turned out that he had to play a much bigger role than foreseen.
Samir, Neymar scored the consolation penalty, probably his last kick. Well, certainly going to be his last kick, isn't it, in a World Cup for his country. But in retrospect, was it a mistake to take him?
I think so. I think so. Neymar was a Brazilian great during his heyday. I think he was one of the best Brazilian players of all time. You can put him on top 5, top 7. I don't know, but he wasn't the same for a while now. His injuries kept piling up.
Yeah.
So he was injured to start the World Cup, right? So he was recovering during the World Cup. But there was a lot of players, even the Ancelotti's own players were asking for Neymar, saying how his presence would be important. So, like I said, Ancelotti praises, he values an environment. He's not like the big boss who's going to do what he wants and not listen to anybody. No, he listens a lot to his players, even to a fault, as was proven. So, yeah, and I think the minute he decided to call Neymar up, he tied Brazil's fate to Neymar, because he can't be eliminated having Neymar on the bench. People would kill him for that. So he had to use Neymar at some point. And when he used it, we saw what we saw. Apart from the penalty, apart from the goal, Neymar wasn't fit to play a high-level, high-stakes games against a physical team like Norway. And I think we saw a little bit of that on the 20 minutes he was on the pitch today.
Samir, I think the fact that he didn't say João Pedro was a mistake. Thiago, starting the first game, hasn't played much. Even yesterday, needed a goal, maybe needed a physical presence, didn't bring him on. I thought Ryan, young player, very good player. I don't think he got past the player much during this World Cup. I think Vinny Jr. was poor yesterday. And I just look at this Brazil team and I'm like, where's your Ronaldinho? Cunha was quiet. Where's your player that's going to get on the ball and make something happen? I just didn't see it. It just wasn't like watching Brazil.
Yeah. We ask ourselves the same questions. Where are the Romarios? Where are the Ronaldinhos, the Ronaldos, the Rivaldos? Yeah, exactly. But yeah, it's just not the reality anymore. Those are the players we have, and world football is very well balanced. There's no more easy games, so we got to be smart. We got to work smart, and I think that's lacking for Brazil. But yeah, Ryan, I think it's a great talent. Endrick is a great talent. But, we got to give those players times. They're all pretty much teenagers, right?
Yeah.
So in a grown man's tournament. So, yeah, those players are going to develop, and we got to believe in them. I think we have to still keep believing in Ancelotti because of his resume, his aura. I think I still have faith in him for 2030. So even though we don't have the great talent on the pitch, maybe we have this great talent on the bench. Tonight, it wasn't a great day for him, but I still think that if you give him 4 years, he can make something. He can produce something special with those players that are coming up.
Samir, thanks so much.
Thank you, Samir.
Thank you, guys, and good luck on the rest of the tournament with England.
Thank you,
Thank
mate.
you so much, Samir.
Thank you.
Brazilian football journalist Samir Mello.